Lesson 10: Science, Technology, and Society and the Human Condition. Ang teknolohiya ay ang set ng mga kaalaman, kasanayan, karanasan at mga techniques kung saan nagbabago ang bawat bagay. Ang tao ay lumilikha ng mga bagay galing sa kapaligiran upang matustusan ang kanilang mga pangangailangan. Ang teknolohiya ay umiral na noong panahon pa ng Stone Age, kung saan natuklasan ng ating mga ninuno ang pagkakaroon ng iba't ibang materyales na maaaring mabuo at magamit para sa kanilang pamumuhay. If science explores for the purpose of knowing, technology explores for the purpose of making something useful from the knowledge. Ngayon, modern humans are reliant to technology in their search for good life. Martin Heidegger. Ang essence of technology ay tinalakay ni Martin at nakilala as one of the great thinkers noong 20th century. Siya ay ipinanganak noong September 26, 1889, sa Misskirch, Germany at namatay noong Mayo 26, 1976 sa West Germany. His philosophy was contributed to diverse fields of phenomenology, existentialism, hermeneutics, political theory, psychology, and theology. In 1927, siya ay nagkaroon ng masterwork, Being and Time at the Essence of Truth. He had developed his own way of describing the nature of existence. Essence of technology. Heidegger explains the two widely accepted definitions of technology. Una, instrumental definition. Technology is a means to an end. How humans use these technologies as an instrument in getting things done faster and easier. Pangalawa, anthropological definition. Technology is a human activity. Technology is defined as human activity. From the word anthropological means human society, human produce and invent technological equipment, tools, and machines because of the benefits and advantages that these technologies can provide to the society. Gumagawa at nag-iimbento ang tao ng mga kagamitan dahil sa mga benefits at pakinabang na maibibigay ng mga teknolohiyang ito sa lipunan.
Hello, I'm going to discuss what is technology as a way of revealing. We heard earlier about the technology. Technology help us to do things more efficient, help us become more convenient in our daily basis. But Heidegger said that technology must be understood as a way of revealing, a mode of bringing forth using the ancient Greek philosophy concept called poiesis. The meaning of poiesis is bringing something out of concealment, which refers also to the process of bringing something into existence, creation or production through imaginative and artistic or intellectual effort. The concept is rooted in the work of the philosopher Plato and was further developed by Aristotle, who emphasized the importance of the creative process in the development of human. In a broader context, poiesis encompasses various creative endeavors, including artistic expression, scientific discovery, and the construction of social system and institution. By using poiesis, it results to something called aletheia, in ancient Greek concept which means truth, or in other words, unconcealedness and disclosure. Just to make it simple, Heidegger means in bringing forth is creation or creating something into existence. For example, just like a stone in a raw form and can turn into a new material.
Bringing forth and challenging forth attitude towards technology. There are two terms that we use in describing our attitude and interaction towards nature. Meron daw tayong dalawang attitude. At ito ay ang bringing forth and challenging forth. Ano nga bang bringing forth? Bringing forth is a proper attitude with regards to the utilization of technology in relation to nature. We look at at materials in nature with essence and beauty. For example, yung mga craftsmen, kumukuha sila ng mga object doon sa nature, tapos papagandahin nila gamit ang kailang mga kagamitan, papagandahin pa nila. Tapos nakikita rin natin ang nature as a national park, para as national park. Tapos challenging port on the other hand is the most prevalent attitude towards technology today and is being considered as the improper one. We look at materials as merely no meaning. So, ito naman pong challenging port. Nakikita natin ang nature natin as walang meaning, ganun. Nakikita natin siya na may potential sa profit, ganun. Kaya yung ibang tao pupunta doon para kumuha ng mga minerals, materials, ganun. Nasisira na nila ang nature.
Inframing as modern technology's way of revealing. Heidegger views technology as a process of inframing based on calculative and meditative thinking. Calculative thinking involves gathering information for specific use, often driven by human desire to control nature without considering consequences. Meaning, walang pakialam sa kalikasan, hindi iniisip ang pwedeng mangyari sa kalikasan dahil sa sariling kagustuhan. Example is, nakakuha ng impormasyon ang isang tao na maraming puno sa isang lugar. Puputulin nila lahat yon without knowing na sa lugar na yon is bahain at madaling gumuho ang lupa. Wala nang magbibigay ng sariwang hangin at wala nang sisipsip ng tubig baha. Meditative thinking, on the other hand, involves deeper understanding and decision-making, allowing human to reveal nature without violence and force. Meaning, may limitasyon, pakialam at pagpapahalaga ang tao sa pagkuha ng pangangailangan mula sa kalikasan. Example, hindi na kailangan gumamit ng dinamita ng isang tao dahil alam niyang makakasama sa karagatan at isda ang paggamit ng dinamita. Kontento siyang gamit lang ang lambat.
Inframing. Inframing is the way that people view technology and what makes it what it is. Technology has an impact on how things are brought forward and framed. Inframing occurs as a result of human need for security, which even leads people to gather all of nature's reserves for use and profit. Technology of today is altering not only society but also what it means to be human. Humans are challenged by modern technology to capture nature. Humans thus become a component of the reserve and a technological tool to be used in natural ordering of things. Ang inframing ay tumutukoy sa kung paano nakikita ng mga tao ang teknolohiya at ang epekto nito sa mga idea. Ang inframe ay hinihimok ng mga pangangailangan sa seguridad at sa maaring humantong sa pagkuha ng mga mapagkukuhanan ng kalikasan. Pagbabago sa lipunan at kakanyahan ng sangkatauhan sa pamamagitan ng paggawa ng mga tao na parehong teknolohikal na instrumento at likas na reserba. Ang inframing ay orientasyon ng tao patungo sa teknolohiya na nakaka-impluwensya sa proseso ng inframing. Ito ay naglalabas ng mga bagay at hinahamon ng modernong ito ang mga tao na balangkasin ang kalikasan na ginagawa silang bahagi ng nakatayong instrumento ng teknolohiya.
Human person swallowed by technology. The danger of technology. In today's fast-paced world, technology has become an integral part of our daily lives, from smartphones to laptops. We rely on these devices for communication, entertainment, and information. However, as we become increasingly dependent on technology, there is a danger that we may lose touch with our humanity. One of the biggest risks of technology is the potential for it to swallow up the human person. With the rise of social media and virtual reality, people are spending more time interacting with screens than with each other. This can lead to feeling of isolation and detachment from reality. Furthermore, constant exposure to screen can have negative effect on our mental and physical health, from eye strain to sleep disturbances. Technology can take a toll on our well-being. It is important for us to remember that while technology can enhance our lives in many ways, it should not come at the expense of our humanity. We must strive to find a balance between using technology as a tool and maintaining meaningful connection with others in order to preserve what makes us truly human. A person who loves technology can either be called a technophile or a hippie. A human person followed by technology can also be considered as someone who is addicted with the use of technology. In case of him being addicted to the internet, he can also be called a mouse, potato, netizen, cybernut, cyber junkie, or nethead.
Human person swallowed by technology. The dangers of technology. If you allow yourself to be swallowed by modern technology, you will lose the essence of who you are as beings of this world. Ang paggamit ng teknolohiya sa ating buhay ay nagdulot ng maraming benepisyo. Ngunit nagdudulot din ito ng mga panganib. Ang isang panganib ay ang potensyal para sa mga tao na maging labis na umaasa sa teknolohiya, na humahantong sa pagkawala ng mga kritikal na kasanayan sa pag-iisip at interpersonal na koneksyon. Bukod pa rito, may mga alalahanin tungkol sa mga paglabag sa privacy, mga banta sa cybersecurity, at ang mga ethical na implikasyon ng AI at automation. Mahalagang lapitan ang teknolohiya ng may kamalayan at balanse upang magpagaan ang mga panganib na ito at gamitin ang potensyal nito ng responsable. The dangers of technology encompass a range of risks and concern that arise from the widespread use and reliance on digital devices, online platforms, and technological systems. Excessive use of technology, particularly social media and digital devices, can contribute to mental health issues such as stress, anxiety, depression, and addiction. Constant connectivity and information overload can also lead to cognitive fatigue and burnout. Technology often involves the collection of and storage of vast amounts of personal data. This data can be vulnerable to breaches, hacking, and misuse, leading to privacy violation, identity theft, and surveillance. Understanding and addressing these dangers requires a multi-faceted approach that involves individuals, communities, governments, and technology companies. Strategies for mitigating the dangers of technology include promoting digital literacy and responsible technology use, advocating for privacy protection and ethical standards, fostering healthy relationship with technology, and supporting policies that prioritize human well-being, sustainability in the digital age.
Art as unsaving power. Art as unsaving power, Heidegger identifies the danger of this modern technology and how art can be an antidote for these present threats and dangers. He is also concerned about the modern technology and potential effects of blinding humanity from saying the truth and letting humans see the world full of resources. So, Heidegger suggested that art might be the saving power since art shares its root but also wander away from technology through its own sense of revealing. Art is not a special sector of cultural activity as they are now, but rather an um, original act of creation bringing things into truth. So sinasabi dito na si Didier daw is nakilala sa panganib ng modernong teknolohiya kung paano ang sining ay maaaring maging lunas para sa mga kasalukuyang panganib at banta. And si Didier din daw ay nababahala rin dito at itinampok din ni Heidegger na maaaring ang sining ang maging sandata rito sapagkat ang sining o ng art ay nagbibigay din sa paglantad ng katotohanan sa pamamagitan ng sarili nitong pagtuklas. Sinasabi rin dito na ang sining o ng art ay hindi isang espesyal na sektor ng aktibidad ng kultura tulad ng mga ito sa ngayon. Nadadala ng mga bagay kung isang original na aktong paglikha na nagdadala ng mga bagay tungo sa katotohanan.
Human flourishing in progress and redevelopment. So flourishing is a state where people experience positive emotions, positive psychological functioning, and positive social functioning. Most of the time living within an optimal range of human functioning. Human flourishing, on the other side, focus on the effort to achieve self-actualization. So first, let us define what is human flourishing. So human flourishing is our ability to live a good life. So human flourishing embraces our shared humanity and serve everyone's interest. Human flourishing focus on encompassing happiness and life satisfaction, meaning and purpose, character and virtue, and close social relationship. So human flourishing involves the rational use of one's individual potentialities, including talents, abilities, and virtues, in the pursuit of his freely and rationally chosen values and goals. Humans are considered as both bearer and beneficiary of science and technology. So when we say bearer, it is a person or thing that carries or holds something. Human flourishes and finds meaning in the world that he or she builds. He may unconsciously acquire, consume, or destroy what the world has to offer. So according to the BBC Health News, 2019 meat production today is nearly 5 times higher than early 1960s, from 70 million tons to more than 330 million tons in 2017. One of the biggest reasons for this are many more people to feed.
Who is Jason Hickel? Jason Hickel, an anthropologist at the London School of Economics, he criticizes the failure of growth and development efforts to graduate poverty 7 decades ago. And human flourishing goes beyond mere material prosperity and encompasses holistic well-being. It involves the fulfillment of physical as well as the development of skill, knowledge, and capabilities. It also encompasses social connection, meaningful relationship, and a sense of belonging and purpose. Furthermore, human flourishing in progress and development emphasize the importance of sustainability and environmental stewardship. It recognizes the need to balance progress with the preservation of natural resources and the protection of the planet for the future generation. The concept of human flourishing challenges the traditional measure of development, which often focuses solely on economic growth. It highlights the importance of considering multiple dimensions of well-being and progress, including social equity, environmental sustainability, and individual happiness. Ultimately, human flourishing in progress and development seek to create a society where individuals have the opportunity to reach their full potential, lead fulfilling lives, and contribute to the well-being of their communities. It involves continuous growth, improvement, and adaptation to meet the evolving needs and aspiration of individuals and society.
According to Jason Hickel, the problem is that the fund that's promoting this kind of transition is using the wrong language. They use terms such as big growth, zero growth, or worst of all, development. The idea of steady state economics is a step in the right direction and is growing in popularity, but it still doesn't get the framing right. Either we slow down voluntarily or climate change will do it for us. We can't go on ignoring the laws of nature. But rethinking our theory of progress is not only an ecological imperative, it is also a development one. We do not act soon, all our hard-won gains against poverty will evaporate, such as food systems collapse and mass famine emerge to an extent not seen since the 19th century. The world is developing at a fast rate. So anong sabi dito? Kung hindi tayo mag-slow down, si Mother Earth na ang bahala sa atin. You can see climate change has been giving us answers for us. For our queries, our climate change has been telling us to slow down. So anong nangyayari? Natural disasters happen. Natural disasters such as typhoon like that slows our economy because as our economy grows, a lot of our natural resources are being destroyed. So anong ginagawa ng Mother Nature? It help us to slow down. So if we are not going to slow down ourselves, baka si Mother Nature ang mag-slow down sa atin.
Number 1 question. What is the essence of the topic that our group presented? Well, it is crucial to study science, technology, and society for a number of reasons. First of all, it clarifies the effect of scientific and technical development on the environment and society. This knowledge can help with ethical deliberation, responsible innovation development, and policymaking. Second, it enables a critical examination of the social and cultural determinants that influence the course of scientific and technological advancement. Number 2 question. As a group, do you agree with the gist of the topic that you've presented? Well, it's complicated. The complication of this interaction between science, technology, and society is a key factor in advancement of technology. Technology applies knowledge to enhance human existence, while science generates knowledge. Assimilation of technological development into society can alter social framework, cultural standard, and ethical deliberation. For number 3 question, perspective-wise, how is the topic our group is presented can directly affect in our modern day? Scientific investigation and technology had significantly impacted our understanding of the world, function, and lifestyle choices. While technology has provided solution for challenges, it has also led to negative consequences like obesity and increased risk of heart disease and diabetes. The invention of the automobile and high-energy diets have both positive and negative impact. Ultimately, science has provided us with more options to choose between things and become more efficient in our daily basis.